Hey everybody, so a lot of you have been asking what should be the best setting for OBS. I'm using OBS 28.1.2 in Windows 10 environment. So first thing first, you all are probably familiar with the setup for the screen capture. You have two options. One is to scale it down from the corner and one is to scale it down from the sides. If you want to hide the taskbar, if you want to hide the menus which you are using, you could simply press Alt and then scroll a little bit up. This will hide portion of the screen. So this is pretty straightforward. The next thing people ask me is how to set up the best quality for the recording and not to be too bandwidth hungry or resource hungry on the device. So you go to the settings and there are only two places where you would need to do the changes. One is the video and one is the output. Let's go first to the output, or let's go first to the video. By default, it's using 1920.1080 if you are using a high resolution monitor. Now I have the screen which is quite high resolution, so I'm getting it here. There are two things, base canvas and the output canvas. The output resolution you should be, in my opinion, if you use the same, no harm, no pressure on the resources. But if you would want to scale it according to your streaming platform or the recording video specifications, you could change it. The next thing you would be paying attention a lot to is the FPS values or frames per second values. Well, I'm keeping it low because I would want to have a very small size video output, but you could go as high as you want. It could go even up to 60 for the gaming applications. The next thing you would want to focus a lot is around the output. Here you have two options. Now I'm already recording using OBS, so I'm not getting some options here. They are grayed out. But if you're not recording at the moment, you will be getting simple as well as some more options there. Now, to keep things simple, really, I would want to remain the setting on the simple, and then you will have these following options. Make sure you do not touch upon the streaming part because you're not streaming at all. You're making the settings for the recording part. So hop onto the recording area, set up the folder where you would want to, let's say, save the files, and then you would go to the recording quality, format, and the encoding. Now, I would want to not set up the large file size because it will result in horrendous file sizes. So keep the high quality but maintain the medium size. And then the recording format. For the YouTube channels, for the streaming platforms, you probably would be needing maybe H.264 or maybe MP4. So, but for me, I could always use a third-party tools like Handbrake or something to change the format. So by default, I'm very happy with the MKV format. But you could use the different formats as well. Encoder is a very important thing to select. Now, if you have some other options coming down here and you select them, there will be clear warning here that if you go for H.264 or MP4 format, uh, things will be different. For example, for H.264 and you select the NVENC, you will not be consuming a lot of resources and the GPU will not be impacted. So this for me works the best. Then you have some other settings, but if you just ensure these three settings are there, you should be just fine. Enjoy the recording and let me know if you have any more thoughts.